let's talk about something that might just shake up your entire view of the world. Because what I'm about to tell you challenges the very idea of reality itself.
That world you think you're looking at right now, well, you're not really seeing it. Not in the way you think anyway. You see, as you're listening to this, your brain is working overtime. It's actively deleting information, it's filling in gaps, and it's presenting you with a highly edited, super convincing version of what's out there. And the craziest part? This whole process is so incredibly smooth, so seamless. You live your entire life completely unaware that your reality is, in a way, a construction you never even notice.
So how is this even possible? Well, to get how it works, let's start with a really simple, physical flaw that exists in your eyes right now.
I'm not speaking metaphorically here. In each of your eyes, there's a spot where the optic nerve connects to the retina. It's a genuine, physical blind spot. In that one little area, your brain gets absolutely zero visual information. Nothing. No pixels, no data. But think about it. You don't see a big black hole floating around in your vision, do you?
Of course you don't. And that's because your brain is a master artist. It doesn't show you the gap. Instead, it just patches it over. It takes a guess at what it thinks should be there based on everything around it.
It literally copies the pattern of the wallpaper or the texture of the carpet and just pastes it right over that missing space, so you're not seeing what's really there. You're seeing what your brain expects to be there.
Okay, so filling in gaps is one thing, but this goes way deeper. Your brain doesn't just add information. It also actively throws away stuff that is right there in front of your face.
You've probably heard of the famous invisible gorilla experiment, right? People are asked to watch a video and just count how many times a basketball is passed. Simple task.
But while they're so focused on counting, a person in a full-on gorilla costume walks right through the middle of the scene. And here's the amazing part. Most people never see it. It's completely invisible to them.
This effect is called inattentional blindness. And it happens because your brain is just ruthlessly efficient. It looks at the gorilla and basically decides, nope, not relevant to counting basketball passes.
And so for all intents and purposes, it just doesn't exist. To your conscious mind, the gorilla was never even there. If it's not useful to the mission, your brain just tosses it out.
So this unreliability, this editing, it's not just happening in the present moment. It's also happening to your past.
You know, most of us like to think our memories are like these perfect video recordings stored in our heads. We just hit play and there it is. But that's not how it works. Not at all.
Every single time you remember something, you're not just replaying it. Your brain is actually rebuilding that memory from scratch. And every time it rebuilds, details can get tweaked, changed, or even added. It's why false memories can feel so incredibly real, because to your brain, they are. You don't just recall the past, you rewrite it.
Okay, so all of this, the blind spots, the ignored gorillas, the rewritten memories, it all points to one central, mind-blowing mechanism. Your brain isn't just reacting to the world, it's actively predicting it.
Neuroscientists have a term for this. It's called predictive processing. The big idea here is that your brain is basically a prediction machine. It's constantly making its best guess about what's out there in the world, about what's going to happen next.
And here is the truly scary part. You are never actually experiencing the present moment. Nope. You're experiencing your brain's prediction of the present moment. You're always living just a fraction of a second behind actual reality.
So here's the loop that's always running. First, your brain guesses what's happening. Second, you experience that guess as reality. And only after that does your brain check the actual sensory data and correct for any errors. It's why optical illusions work so well. Your brain's prediction wins out over the actual data.
So let's put it all together. If your brain is filling in gaps, deleting information, rewriting your past, and predicting the present, what on earth does that make the reality you experience every single day?
Well, neuroscientist Anil Seth has this perfect and kind of chilling way of putting it. He says, we're all hallucinating all the time. When we agree about our hallucinations, we call that reality. It's not that the world isn't real, but your experience of it is essentially a controlled hallucination.
And look, it's an incredibly useful simulation. It's what lets us navigate the world without getting totally overwhelmed. This version of reality your brain creates for you is fast, it's efficient, and it is absolutely, utterly convincing.
So the big takeaway is this. Reality itself isn't fake,
But the version you experience is a highly edited, brain-generated director's cut. And once you really, truly understand that, well, you'll probably never trust your own senses in quite the same way again.